A big welcome to everyone and thank you for tuning in. For those of you who are new to this channel, our company is called Bluewater Immigration and we are regulated Canadian immigration consultants. Our main area of focus is on business and investor immigration programs like the International Mobility Program, especially the Intra Company transfers and C11s. We also do startup visas, provincial entrepreneurship programs, and business visas. Today's video, though, is the first of a series of videos where I will be talking about our client successes with the C12 and C11 programs, more like a case study of these applications to give you important details in a nutshell. Please do watch till the end so you don't miss out on any information that I'm sharing today. And also, please do consider subscribing, especially if you're keen on business immigration. I carefully plan the content to help our viewers navigate through the complexities of Canadian business immigration process. So without further ado, let's get started. I picked a positive case of C12 application to share with you today. In case you didn't know, C12 is the code for intra-company transfer. So here's a quick agenda of exactly what I will be covering in today's video. I'll explain why and when the client approached us and under what circumstances. I'll go over the full details of the timelines of the entire application until a decision was received. I will also cover all the communication from IRCC before the approval was received. I'll introduce the client and his family on a very high level without revealing any confidential information, of course. I'll also give you a quick idea about the client's business, which may give you some additional perspective. And finally, I'll talk about how the approval was received, what documents get sent from IRCC, what it means, etc. So sit tight and take notes as we go along. Now let's talk about when and why. This client reached out to us on January 6th, 2022. They had been working with another big immigration firm in India for an intra-company transfer application. After 18 months and absolutely no progress on their application, they were slowly starting to lose hope. They had paid their full fees, and the representative from that company just did not know how to move the application forward beyond a certain point. The application was not even submitted in 1.5 years. My clients were completely misguided on the whole approach of the C12 application. They kept waiting and waiting to hear back on next steps, and finally, their complete lack of trust in this company made them reach out to us in January 2022. My clients also had an active express entry profile, which was due to expire only in May 2022. And to make matters more complicated, they had applied for a visitor visa to Canada 3 times and were rejected all 3 times. They also had a company incorporated in Canada, and the structure of this incorporation was not at all in alignment with C12 specifications. In short, there were several gaps that needed to be bridged for us to put forward a flawless C12 application. So we had one shot at it, and we had to make it right for this client and his family. Now let's talk about timelines for this particular client. Jan 6th was when we had the initial consultation, as I had mentioned earlier. After understanding the case and hearing the client fully, we established that we will be able to help, after which a retainer agreement was sent out. The client signed it on the 13th of January and transferred our first deposit on the 15th of January. We then shared our document checklist with the client, and slowly the documents started coming in. Now it really depends on every client how long they take to send us all the documents we need. Some are definitely faster than others. This client took until the 12th of April to share all the documents we need for this application. In the meanwhile, we found a suitable office location for the client and helped with signing a lease agreement, and this was done on March 8th. Now, I did talk about the incorporation not done to meet C12 specifications earlier, so we had to make some changes to the structure of the corporation, and this was completed by March 15th. We had begun writing the business plan around the beginning of February. Now, typically, when we have all the documents we need, it takes about 18 to 20 business days for us to write a thorough business plan. It took longer for this client as we needed to ensure the plan was in alignment with all the documents being presented. So we finally completed the business plan on March 22nd. Now, the application strategy and structuring is really the core of any C12 application. This part needs extra care and focus, and hence we spend considerable amount of time making it perfect. I can easily say that this part is where all or most of your consultant fees goes towards, and it makes it worthwhile. What really sets us apart from any other firm is that we do a thorough review with our clients. We go through the entire application with them, form by form, document by document, the submission letter, everything. We share our screen and show them everything. Make absolutely sure the client is satisfied with the application and know exactly what is being submitted. We completed this review on April 3rd, 2022. Now, we were waiting on a few final documents from the client, like their upfront medical exam reports, one of their children's birth certificate, which further delayed the application being sent out. And finally, we submitted the application on April 14th, 2022. Now, you may think it's crazy that it took more than 3 months to simply submit the application. Well, like I said, it doesn't have to take this long if we get all the documents on time from clients. Now, let me give you a high-level idea about this client. Our client is a citizen of India and a business owner. His main motive was to expand his business in Canada and move to Canada with his entire family. He was going to be accompanied by his wife and 2 young children. The children are 7 and 12 years of age. We were applying for an ICT work permit for the main applicant, that is our client, and a spousal open work permit for his wife. We were also applying for study permits for the 2 kids, and we were going to do all of this in one application. Now let's talk a little bit about the client's business without giving out confidential information. The business, in short, focuses on digital radar and road signs. The company has been in business since 2016 and had annual revenues close to 2 million Canadian dollars consistently from 2018 onwards, with a slight slowdown during the pandemic. Our client, who is the main applicant, owns 50% of this company in India. He also owns 50% of the affiliate company here in Canada as well, as per how we structured it for him, with the remaining 50% with a local partner who is also a permanent resident. Now, you may ask if it's required to have a local partner. The answer to that is no. It's not mandatory to have a local partner. I have to also mention here that establishing an employer-employee relationship is a must for this program, and hence our client was brought here as a senior level director to kickstart the Canadian company operations. Now for the final step, that is the most exciting part. We received confirmation on a positive decision on September 6th, 2022. This was when we received the request to send in the passports. The client was given until September 2023 to land in Canada, and the port of entry letter was received on September 14th, 2022. Clients are planning to land in Canada by the end of this month. So when I have more information, I'll advise how long their work permit was approved for at the border in the comments below. So you see, it took 5 months from when we submitted our application for a decision to be made. I forgot to mention 2 things earlier. One is that the client completed their biometrics on April 21st, but just for the main applicant, they wanted the biometrics to be done again as it wasn't clear enough, which caused some delay in the overall processing. Also, on August 25th, we received a letter from IRCC requesting for additional documentation. They wanted up-to-date personal bank statements, as the one we had submitted was only until April 2022, and we were given until September 2nd, 2022 to submit the documents. And that pretty much summarizes the entire application. Well, if you have a business that you would like to bring to Canada, just book a call with me for an eligibility assessment. I'll share a ton of information that you can take with you, with which you could apply on your own if you wish, or we could help you with the whole process end to end should you choose to hire our services. I'd like to thank you for watching till the end, and if you found this video informative, please click the like button, leave us your comments below, and again, please do consider subscribing to our channel. Ciao.